Pierre, thanks very much for joining us. I am probably about 500 yards away from you right now, but we're being very sensible and doing this from separate rooms. So it's great to see you through a screen again. Now, this is a sign of how weird 2020 is. So let's go back to the start of 2020 and go all the way back to Australia. What was it like leaving there when you hadn't got to race and not knowing what was going to happen next?
Um, well, yeah, I must say I remember that time was pretty strange because I got to know that we will not race on the Friday morning before the practice, and you prepare for the start of the season physically, mentally. Um, there is a quite a long break of season, and you build that excitement to get ready to attack a 10-month season pretty much. And I remember it was a bit of a shock when they told me. Um, Initially, I did think, okay, it may be just for a short time, and actually we may be able to restart quite soon. And yeah, I must say, like pretty quickly, I understood, okay, this is not going to be just a question of weeks, but more a question of months. And yeah, it really felt strange mentally not to know what was going to happen next. So try to really work on my physical, on the physical side, and try to be even more prepared for when the season will restart, because I knew it will be really intense. But mentally, yeah, was a bit of a challenge not to know when the competition will restart.
Just how tough was that spell before racing resumed? Because was that the lowest point of the year, just waiting?
I must say that I never had that much time to prepare physically and to work on myself, so on that side, I must say I enjoyed because I really made progress, and I could see like week after week, I was getting stronger. I was getting like stronger physically, but also better, like all cardio and all the tests we'll do. I could really see the evolution, and this is nice. And usually in the off season, everything is so rushed. We don't get much, like maybe close to a month of preparation before everything starts again. So I must say it was pretty nice to work on that. Socially, it was really difficult. I was in Dubai for about 2 months, and I must, as much as I really enjoy spending time with my coach, I haven't seen many other face for these 2 months, and no family, no friends, and this is for me quite important. And I think this was pretty tricky. Um, and then yeah, once we got the calendar for the rest of the year, this was a bit of a relief because we had no idea how it was going to be. And I think we were pretty lucky in Formula One to actually have such a busy calendar. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess the high point though doesn't need much of an introduction. I mean, can you believe still that you won a Formula One race at Monza?
Yeah, I can believe it. Every morning, I wake up in Milan with my cup of coffee and my trophy in front of me. So this kind of reminds me every day that this happened. And yeah, it's that's what I say. Like 2020 was so and is still very, very tough for most of the people in the world. Different extents on the health side, economically very tough, socially very tough. People have lost some, like family, friends, etc. So obviously, the feeling about this year is very, very hard and quite sad. But to me, it feels a bit different, because when I think about this year, obviously, the first thing that comes in my mind is Monza and my first win in Formula One, and that's what I will remember anyway about this year. But yeah, definitely in a pretty difficult context, and yeah, pretty strange year. But yeah, Formula One race winner sounds pretty good.
You mentioned it being a strange year though. Has it been tougher to perform and focus in these conditions, or has it been easier with fewer distractions?
Well, I don't think you could say it's harder or easier. What's for sure that I think it's been difficult to wherever we'll go for training, places that will be open, organized, gyms, access, just having a like a top athlete routine, which requires quite a lot of work. And most of the facilities will close wherever we will go. So quite a lot of organization to make. At the same time, really busy year. We had three triple headers in a year. I mean, which I think 2 years ago when we had one, everybody complained it was already intense. This year they put 3 in a row. So I must say I got ready and I got prepared physically for it. And I was in the best shape ever at the start of the season and clearly made a difference. And I think this was a really good preparation for that 2020 season. But then after also not really seeing anyone, because during the year I didn't want to really risk anything, not to get COVID and be sure that I could complete all the races, grab every opportunities that will come to me, and which meant that socially this year was quite terrible. And it's something that I need. I think some people need it more than others. I think I'm more the kind of guy that enjoy off track activity and just disconnect sometime. And on this side was clearly more difficult this season, but I think so far we have coped well with it. And I just hope we can sort of live a normal life soon again.
We all hope that it'll be a normal life soon enough, but how excited are you for next year, regardless in terms of what the rest of the world's like, but from a sporting point of view, because AlphaTauri's come on so strongly as this year's gone on, and there's a lot of carryover in 2021 as well.
Well, I clearly saw the improvement, I must say, in every areas. I joined the team 2017. I had a full season with them in 2018, and you can clearly see the evolution, the motivation, just the work everybody is putting it is much more intense and much more professional. So I really think the 2 podiums last year in Hockenheim and Brazil really boost the team this season to do well and to perform even better. And clearly since Monza, the guys, they just found like some extra boost and motivation and energy to just keep pushing and try to deliver even more. And I think that's it's looking good for the future. This year we're going to finish 7th, I think, in the team championship, which is quite harsh considering the work and the performance we have put in, but it just shows how close it is in the midfield. And we're going to keep pushing, and as you said, we are not far. We've shown some good performance, and I really hope next year we're going to be able to make it to the top 5 in the team championship.
Yeah, and one of the unique things that we've had this year is there's been no upgrades allowed to the power unit side. There have been from the team and chassis side, but not the power unit. So what are you expecting from Honda over the winter?
As a driver, you always push your team as much as you can because you always want more speed, wherever it comes from. So I think so far the evolution this season has been really good. We have a very competitive engine, and we've won in Monza, which is probably the most power limited track. So it's well known for being called Temple of Speed, and there is a reason. So I think not the engine performance is great. Reliability has been good overall season, and I think we should get another step of performance for next year, hopefully, which will really put us in a good position compared to the top engine manufacturer. I think like Mercedes at the moment. So I think we are in a good position.
Do you ever get an upgrade that's big enough that you feel it as a driver from the power unit? Do you sometimes put your foot down and you can notice more power? And if not, are you going to be hoping that's going to be the case next year when you've got a whole year of developments in the back?
You wish that what you will feel, but the evolution is so constant that it's not really like manufacturers comes with 5/10 upgrade. It's more like a constant evolution through the season, or from one year to another, where you gain half a tenth there, another tenth 2-3 months later, and then a tenth there, and then by the end of the year maybe you got 3-4 tenths. But it's never really everything in one go. And you know, like we've had these engines for a couple of years now, so obviously you cannot reach the limits and the top end of the development. So the rate is a bit slower there, but no, still it's you know, as long as you see it in the data and on the lap time, that's what matters in the end.
Yeah, we all hope to see that. From your point of view, it's been a fantastic season this year. So just finally, what are you hoping for in 2021, both on the track and off the track?
On the track, hopefully even better performances. I mean, this year was yeah, clearly the best season in my F1 career. My first race win. Also, yeah, record point for the team in Toro Rosso for a driver, and yeah, I'll try to beat that next year and try to do even more. So the target for this year was to find some consistency and try to be in the points as often as possible and try to overcome some yeah, limiting factors in some races where things doesn't really go your way, but just try to always save as many points as we can, even when things are not ideal. And I think this will be again the target next year. Just try to be really consistent, make the best out of our package. Obviously, I like to fight for top 5 on a more consistent basis, but I think this will really depend on the performance we have compared to others, and this is too early to predict. So yeah, whatever we have, just to really maximize the opportunities that we'll get, and if this gives us another Brazil or Monza, I'll clearly be really happy with that.
Yeah, that would be brilliant. And we're really looking forward to seeing what Scuderia AlphaTauri can do. So Pierre, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks a lot.